Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. So great to see you guys. Hope you're getting your day started off right and your week started off right. So, today being Tuesday, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a concept I heard a little bit ago and I thought it was fascinating. It was talking about a concept called a buffer food versus a trigger food. Okay, and what that means, if you aren't familiar with those terms, you probably are, just in a different sense. So, when we all have different cravings and different things that we want, right? But we all know there are certain foods that will actually trigger us to eat more things, and it basically triggers a complete binge out or reaction within our system, right? So that's what they mean by a trigger food. So something that you know really leads to destruction in your life, essentially. For me, I know that's Oreos. I cannot have one Oreo. I will eat a sleeve of Oreos, okay? So Oreos for me are definitely a trigger food. Cheese sometimes as well. So like, if I eat cheese, it's sort of like, okay, what else could I have? What else, is junk in the house that I can have, okay? So these are the kind of things you want to actually identify in your life so you can really try to avoid them, because trigger foods do nothing but harm to our system. Unless your trigger food is like veggies, in which case eat away, right? Eat all the veggies you want. Buffer food would be something that is kind of a stand-in for really what your body's craving. So like, instead of banana cheesecake, you eat a banana, right? Or instead of chocolate covered Oreos, you eat a chocolate Shakeology mug cake. I don't know, something to that effect. So buffer foods are things that will satisfy whatever it is you think you want or need without leading to a pathway of destruction, with wrappers and packages behind you, right? So it's about finding some of these buffer foods, like the RX bars that I have. Sometimes those really do satisfy that little tiny sweet craving that sneaks in, and it doesn't leave me feeling like I need to eat 5 more of them, like maybe a Snickers bar would. Does that make sense? So there is a definite difference between something that's going to trigger you to eat a lot more crap, as opposed to something that's just going to buffer that craving that you have. So I hope that makes sense. It made a lot of sense to me, and it's not that I always choose correctly, but it is about sometimes identifying in your mind, what is it for me that does trigger, X, Y, or Z to happen? It is a little bit about reflection. And these things are going to happen, and, you can't always avoid them, but it is knowledge is power. And each day that you get a little bit better at identifying those things and maybe substituting one of these buffer things for a trigger, it can make a huge difference. And of course, I found this on a podcast, so I will see if I can find that for you if you want to give it a listen as well. I thought it was just fascinating, and I think it can really improve your life when you identify some of these things that set you off on the path that's really going to derail you from hitting your goals. All right? All right. Hopefully you have a great Tuesday, and we will talk again tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.